Okay, so after the brush, I used a towel with some carb cleaner on it. And now the final step is this. I made a tool with a wood dowel and a piece of Scotch-Brite. And I'm just going to take that down to the seal. And I'm just going to spin it on the seal to try to shine that seal up. And then maybe a little bit more carb cleaner with a towel until it gets really nice and shiny. So when you're done, that's what the seal should look like. This is the seal for number 1, and that looks gorgeous. Everything here is clean. The threads here are clean. Let's go prep the injector. Okay, here's my injectors. Using shop towels, carb cleaner, and elbow grease, I'm going to take number 1 and I'm going to clean it up and make it beautiful. Alright, well, oh boy. Wow, boy, that cleaned up pretty quickly actually. That wasn't bad at all. Look at that. Of course I have to do the tip of it, but this is not so bad. This cleans up pretty well. Let me work on the tip a little more carefully. So take a look at this injector after it's cleaned. How about that? That, ladies and gentlemen, is injector number 1. And that looks absolutely gorgeous. Let's get this thing back in here. Alright, got to put on our new washer. Alright, here's our new washer. This is the whole reason we're here. But I think after all this mileage and all these years, it lasted pretty well. It's a very tight fit, as it should be. It goes on. And now this injector is ready to go back into the hull. Alright, I cleaned up the holder that goes for number 1. This guy sits in the ball, which is there. I'll show you the ball, and then the screw goes through here, and I have a brand new screw. I told you I bought extra screws so that I could sacrifice one of them to make a chaser. Alright, the application of ceramic grease. Special ceramic grease, let me show you what it is. It actually says special ceramic grease. How about that? Very good. Okay, the copper washer is down there, as you can tell. In this goes with a little ceramic grease. And I think that pretty much is where it belongs. Let's put in the device to secure it. Alright, so the torque on this bolt is 7 Newton meters and then 90 degrees. Now, the manual says 90 and then another 90. Cardiologist says just 90. Don't shear the bolt. Ready for 90? Here we go. There will be no bolt shearing today. Good. Alright, number 1 is resealed. I'm going to cover this up so that we don't get any crud in there. And then I'm going to move on to 2 through 6. Alright, so we're looking down into number 2, and here is one of the copper washers that's retained. So what I've done is I've set up a screwdriver, a long screwdriver with some double-faced tape, and I'm going to come in here and just try to fish this out with double-faced tape because I don't have a pick that is good. And hey, look at that. Guess who got the washer? Nice. Now we can clean this up. Alright, did the same thing on number 2. This is now number 2. Look how clean that is. I think we like it. And then I chased the threads here also. Alright, let's go clean up the number 2 injector and reinstall. We'll put in the new washer. This is the number 2 injector before I clean it. And here's the fork that goes with it. Let's clean them up. Alright, this is number 2 after cleanup. Looks really good. and the hold down clamp. Clean that up. These things take time. I probably spend 10-15 minutes on each one of these. A lot of carb cleaner. New washer, new screw. Let's get this on there. Alright, we're going to go 7 Newton meters. There's 7. Now we're going to go 90. Perfect. Number 3. Man, this stuff is sticky, and this stuff is nasty. Nasty, nasty, sticky, yucky. Highly technical terms. But I'll tell you one thing that really works. This carb cleaner, it's a miracle product. Take a little bit of Scotch-Brite, some carb cleaner. Man, these things come right up. Look at that. You can see with just a little more work, this is going to be beautiful. Alright, now we're working on number 3. I've already cleaned out the screw threads, and I'm keeping the bolt in here so that no more junk gets down. Now I'm trying to clean this out. You remember this is the last one. This is the one that still has the copper washer in here. So I got to get that last copper washer out. And it's kind of sticky and dirty, so see what I can do. Alright, there's number 3. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and install it. We'll put on the ceramic grease. Okay, that's number 4. That one's clean. Let's go clean the injector. Number 5, looking good. Let's go clean the number 5 injector. Number 5 injector. It's a mess. It's amazing how this stuff comes right off. The carb cleaner is great. Good old-fashioned brake parts cleaner. That's great. Just get these little suckers clean, man. A little bit of extra, you use the scrubbing brush, which is the Scotch-Brite. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good job. Let's finish that little rinse. Alright, here's the hold down clamp for the number 5. Really comes off nicely. I will say that these solvents, they do a hell of a job. They probably cause horrendous cancer, but parts are nice and clean. So, you know. Alright, a little bit of special grease, which is both special and grease. Okay. Not for internal consumption, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot be substituted for Desitin. This does not work well for diaper rash, to the best of my knowledge. And also probably does not taste very good on a person's salad. Would not recommend. Okay. Alright, new copper washer. All this for a copper washer. Can you believe this, guys? All this work for copper washers. Alright, let's go put that on. Alright, here comes number 5. And right in there. Alright, let's get the holder. Okay. Get that sucker right in there. Every other one cooperated. Every other one cooperated. Interesting. No problem. It's just a two-handed job right there. Let's go ahead and get this started. Get it started. Get that thing screwed in. I feel that it has started. I feel the threads. Okay. All right, 7 Newton meters first. Right there, that's 7. Then take it 90 degrees. Okay. Okay. Took off the plastic on the hard line. Here comes the hard line. Get the thread started, make it hand tight on this. Make it hand tight there. Now take the wrench to it and make it tight. Hard line's back on. Plug in the connector. Click. One more to go. All right, that is number 6. Looking good. Let's go clean the number 6 injector. All right. Yeah, number 6 was the cleanest of them all. Not going to need what some of the other ones needed. And yet there's still some junk. And the car is old. 281,000 miles on it. Without these suckers ever coming out. You have to have reasonable expectations. Honestly, a lot of cars wouldn't be running right now. And for those cars that do run, they would need all kinds of things. But this is a diesel. Not only is this a diesel, this is a friggin' Mercedes diesel. A tank. A tank. Probably the best diesel automobile that's been made. Performance, power, reliability. Drive this car anywhere. Drive this car anywhere. At a moment's notice. Of course, it kind of needs injectors to be in to drive it, but you know, once the injectors are in, drive it anywhere at a moment's notice. All right. There. Oh, that's looking really good. Really good. All right. Goop. Time for goop. Everybody needs goop. Yeah. This is some kind of ceramic grease. Can you imagine the heat that this thing has to handle? All right, new copper washer on. All right, we got her back together. Next thing I need to do is on these drain lines, we need to replace these O-rings. 1, 2, you know, there's 6 of them, but these are real little O-rings. They're going to be a pain in the neck to replace. I'll need a small pick. All right, so this is it after it's all back together. I needed a new little piece of fuel line here, fuel hose, that had torn. All the other was good. Car is so nice and clean now. No more Black Death. In theory, it should be ready to start. All right, it's all back together. Let's go see if this thing runs. Now with the fuel line interrupted for at least a while and every injector taken out and some crud down there, I'm not sure what this is going to do. It's probably going to take a little bit to start. It might sputter a little, but it should run.
Phone 1 ready.
Well, that's not good.
Phone 1 ready.
Okay. Well. No way!
Phone 1 ready.
It's not exactly running smooth, but it's running. Let's see if it smooths out. So, after a 20-mile shakedown on the highway, a little Italian tune-up, purrs like a kitten. No ticks, smooth as can be, no smoke. Took a few miles to get it settled. Absolutely spot on. Smooth. Looks like we did it. Another quality job from Car D-ologist.